You're watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his Pulse Wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you had a real good night's rest because it's time. It's time to go to work. That's right. So get yourself a cup of coffee, do whatever you got to do because it's time to do what we do, which is get into these markets. So, as you know, we had some government report come out, some jobless numbers, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's gotten to the point where I don't think you can really trust the reports anymore. I mean, they massage them and revise them like so often that, you know, what you gonna do? But we had the initial jobless claims, import price index, Philadelphia manufacturing survey. We got industrial production that is coming out now, as a matter of fact, as we speak, in capacity utilization. Let's see what they're saying on that. All right, they're not talking about it on the Bloomberg as yet. Then we got home builder confidence index at 10 o'clock, and that should do it. So that'll be it for today. And then tomorrow at 8:30, that's East Coast New York time, we got housing starts and building permits. All right, so that's all you got going on for tomorrow. All right. So let's jump right into what's going on in these markets. First and foremost, for you dollar bears out there, you'll be happy to notice that the dollar is down slightly this morning. It's down 10 pips at 104.28. The euro is up 17 pips at 108.78. Pound sterling unchanged at 124.21. The Aussie is down 22 pips at 64.64. And the Bitcoin futures is the big story, down 1,050 points at 36,770. That's right, 36,770. The Ethereum futures are down 21 at $2,035. Crude oil down a whopping $1.55 per barrel at $75.23 per barrel. And we got nat gas off 3 cents at $3.16. Gold futures up $10.80 per ounce at $1,975 per ounce. Silver futures, another big story this morning, up a whopping 46 cents per ounce, trading at $24 per ounce. We just bounced off of $24.06 per ounce. So silver is on fire, trying to turn itself from a bear market to a bull market. If you missed last night's algo chart segment, you're going to want to click the link in the description below the video here so that you can catch that. You don't want to miss it. We did take a look at what's going on. We looked at the target objectives and all that good stuff for silver and gold. All right, and copper is basically unchanged at $3.71. Dow futures off 88 points at 34,962. E-mini S&P 500 down 6.25 points at 45.13. NASDAQ 100 futures down 38.75 points at 15,851.25. Russell down 7.7 points at 1,800.6. And soybeans down a whopping 9 cents per bushel, trading at $13.75 per bushel. Doesn't really matter because you still got beans in the teens. We got corn now down a penny at $4.69 a bushel. And we have wheat down a whopping 5 cents per bushel, trading at $5.55 per bushel. And that is your overnight market snapshot. We have no 2-bar Charlie setups to talk about this morning. But in last night's video, We did have one or two rally alerts, crash alerts. We had, if you go to your dashboard and you pull up DEX's watch list, you'll see the rally alert in the Aussie futures. All right. And if you are a subscriber to the Pulse Wave reports, you will also notice that on the equity side, we got some rally alerts here too, and some crash alerts. Amazon has a crash alert this morning. Womp, womp, womp. Colgate Palmolive has a crash alert. Let's see what else we got that's notable. Some notable quotables. Your gold miners, GDXJ has a crash alert this morning. And let's see anything else notable here. Meta has a crash alert this morning. And so does NVIDIA has a crash alert this morning. Yeah, it's one of those things, folks. Let's see here. An interesting one. The inverse ETF for the long bond, ticker TBT, has a rally alert this morning. And UDN, the inverse ETF for the dollar, has a crash alert. So what is that telling you about the dollar? And Nat Gas ETF UNG has a rally alert this morning. Yeah, man. And the inverse ETF for silver, ZSL, has a crash alert. So what does that tell you? The direction of silver? Well, it should be up, right? Which it is. That's why these reports are invaluable, because we give you the what's up before the market opens. These reports go out at night. So if you're an equity trader, this is an invaluable thing, because you get to know and see what no one else knows and sees before the markets open. And we alert you to what's about to happen, so that you can position yourself in the market ahead of everyone else before things even start jumping off. But you gotta subscribe to get it. All right, so what's on deck? Well, Ken Griffin sounds off on remote work. Miami is a financial hub in the U.S. presidential election. A leaked AWS email hints at a new AI products the company is working on, and the case for getting America to start building again, and the radical way to do it. So let's get into the juicy tea, the market economy tea. There's the rich, there's the wealthy, and there are billionaires. Divisions in socioeconomic classes have only widened in the wake of the pandemic, but some places remain melting pots. After all, who doesn't love to eat good in the neighborhood? The exception, however, is billionaires. For them, it's not the difference between flying first class over economy or a luxury suite instead of a standard room. It's private planes and secret islands. For a glimpse at how 0.00003% of the world's population lives, Business Insider's Madeline Berg mapped out the typical annual calendar of a billionaire from the World Economic Forum's annual meeting in Davos in January to the Monaco Yacht Show in September. Madeline has a full breakdown of the average social calendar for the richest people in the world. The irony of these events is that billionaires' expenses are often comped or heavily discounted despite their exorbitant wealth. Madeline told me, meanwhile, the general public has to fork over a small fortune to get their foot in the door. Whether you view billionaires' jet-setting lifestyles with delight or disgust, there's no denying their relevance. If you put enough wealthy and powerful people in one place, business is bound to get done. Just look at the history of deals from Sun Valley summer camp for billionaires. But even if your bank account is limitless, money can't buy everything. And no, I'm not talking about meaningful relationships or the love of a family member. Leave that for everyone else to worry about. When it comes to sold out events or limited edition luxury items, the people serving the financial needs of the uber wealthy are happy to oblige. From organizing an elephant procession down a busy London road to finding the right medical specialist after a grave diagnosis, anything is on the table to stay in a client's good graces. These types of luxury services won't necessarily win new clients, but they do serve as a way to strengthen the relationship between a private bank and its ultra rich clients. Ken Griffin has some thoughts. The billionaire hedge fund manager touched on a variety of topics during a recent interview, including how remote work makes it easier for companies to fire people. The Floridian also made the case for why Miami could overtake New York as a financial hub. And the political mega donor said he'd like to see former President Donald Trump debate presidential hopeful Nikki Haley. Here's what is helping to inform the Fed's decision about what to do with rates. As 2024 market predictions pour in, many hinge on if and when the Fed will start cutting rates. These 10 economic journals are favoring among central bankers when developing their policies. The investors pushing in and cashing out of the market's hottest stock. Regulatory filings show these hedge funds are starting to take profits in their stakes in Nvidia, the best performing S&P stock in 2023. But firms linked Bill Gates and Ray Dalio are buying up shares. Did you know that? Did you know that firms linked to Bill Gates and Ray Dalio are buying up shares in Nvidia? That probably explains the crash alert we got last night for Nvidia for today's trading. We'll see if we get any downside production. In tech news, tech's quiet connecting force. Ruzwana Bashir, about $1 billion worth of ticket sales goes through her startup Peak every year. In an industry where success is often measured by how much noise a startup makes, Peak and Bashir have proved that they don't need the limelight to commandeer an industry. Leaked email. An Amazon team is racing to launch new products similar to those from GitHub. And in the email obtained by Business Insider, a new VP lauded his team for building similar products to GitHub in a much shorter period of time. Plus, he urged them not to be discouraged that rivals beat them to market. Tesla added and quickly deleted a $50,000 resale fee for Cybertruck. The unusual clause spooked some investors and Cybertruck order holders. This could be a sign that the truck is going to be a smaller release than expected. In business news, Make America Build Again. For the past 50 years, the U.S. has been coasting. After talking with dozens of experts, a reporter has a radical plan to fix this. Blanket the country with affordable houses, clean energy, and mass transit. Fast. 2024 will be Gen Z's year to change work as we know it. Some Gen Zers are pretty shocked and depressed at having to work a 9-to-5 schedule. But by early 2024, there will likely be more Gen Zers working full time than baby boomers. This could change the workplace as we know it. But you know what? More change is on schedule. You want to know why? Because Gen Zers won't have to worry about complaining about a 9-to-5 schedule. They'll be able to work a 0-to-0 schedule because they won't have any jobs. All the machines and AI are taking over. So you don't have to complain anymore, Gen Zers. You don't have to work 9-to-5 at all because you never have to work again. These 4 red state cities could be the future of America. Americans are and businesses are flocking to cities like Houston and Miami, often leaving coastal cities behind. These could be the future hubs for the energy, healthcare, and finance industries. In other news, a video shows the moment Anthony Blinken winces after Biden calls China's Xi a dictator, upending months of careful diplomacy. What did you expect him to do? He always talks crazy. Just when you think, oh, okay, he's really lucid today, and then he'll say something crazy, and then everybody's like, oh no. Well, hey, That's who y'all wanted as your spokesperson for the United States of America, right? Because that isn't that what a president is? Just the spokesperson for the organization, for the corporation known as the United States of America. Trump lawyers asked for a mistrial in $250 million fraud case, accuses law clerk of co-judging. SNAP workers say they're being closely tracked to enforce compliance with the RTO mandate. With an intensified focus on AI, venture capital firm Mayfield is closely watching for the maturing early stage Gen AI startups in 2024. The CEO of Pret was promoted 10 times from store manager to chief executive. The one genuinely relatable thing about Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos, a Taylor Swift song is the best investment advice for 2024, according to Goldman Sachs. Elon Musk SpaceX is reportedly eyeing a 2024 IPO for its Starlink internet satellite business. Blue texting bubbles are coming to this Android phone, but there's a catch. Get hired at Disney. 6 insiders reveal how they landed their jobs and share secrets for nailing recruiting questions. Well, I don't think that's going to matter because isn't Disney on the verge of bankruptcy? Aren't they about to either be acquired or just go away altogether? What's happening today is the 20th Annual International Guinness World Records Day. Commemorates when the Guinness World Records book became the best-selling book of all time in 2004. Plus, it's meant to encourage people to continue breaking records. I was first introduced into the Guinness Book of World Records book at the library at Library Day in elementary school, and I saw it next to a book about legend football players. And I don't remember if the legend football players book was just the Washington Redskins exclusively or if it had other people in it. I just remember this one person in there. I think his name was Rod Parrish or something. Anyway, and then I remember this Guinness Book of World Records book, and it was so interesting. So I said, okay, you know what? I got to go ahead and grab this. So I end up buying both books. And I was really just taken back when I looked at the pages and saw some of the crazy stuff in there. So imagine little kids seeing people having the Guinness World Records for eating the most cookies or whatever. It was hilarious. So that was my introduction to the Guinness Book of World Records. The Latin Grammy Awards are tonight in Seville, Spain. For the first time, the ceremony will be hosted outside the U.S. Carol G. Edgar Berra and Shakira are among the artists up for multiple nominations. And in earnings today, you got Walmart, Gap, Macy's, and a few others. All right, folks, that has been our morning pre-market show. Hopefully you got all of your orders in so that you can have some fills. Also, if you haven't already done so, it may be a good idea, especially if you trade U.S. stock index futures. Go to CME Group and at cmegroup.com, right? You're going to want to sign up. You can get on their email list to get notices about things that are going on, specifically the Globex notices, because they'll send you stuff about updates to the system. I remember when Globex first came into being in the late 1990s, and it had its issues in the beginning. It was interesting. It was the Wild Wild West days. You've heard me talk about it on this channel for 10 years plus now. But yeah, you can get on their mailing list, and they'll send you stuff. And sometimes there's a lot of interesting things in there, a lot of technical stuff too that you probably won't understand because I don't even understand it. But it's still neat, and it's a good read to see what's going on and how they're innovating in services and things of that nature. So that's just some FYI for you guys who are nosy like me and like to know what's going on. All right, folks, you know what it is, man. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And don't play yourself. You need to go to post-wave trading, man, and you need to take advantage of the super, uber, duper low discounted rates for the monthly pro membership and annual pro memberships. you can save yourself a ton of money. One trade can cover the cost of an entire year subscription. So go to postwavetrading.com and take advantage of that. And also, I will see you guys back here at 11:30 a.m. this morning for our Thinking Outside the Box podcast that is done exclusively on Rumble. So links are also in the description of this video, or you can just go to postwavetrading.com and follow us that way, or just go right to Rumble. All right, folks, enjoy your day. As you know, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Take Back Friday. So this is my last morning pre-market video with you this week. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys back here on Sunday if you are a pro member. And if not, then I'll see you back here on Monday. And with that said, peace.